We are very fortunate to be living in a time where science has literally discovered the truth of oneness. We actually have the models and the science to prove that everything is connected, and any belief in separation is a figment of the imagination only. Quantum physicists have demonstrated that the quantum world underlies all matter in the universe. That in fact, there isn't such a thing as matter, but that vibrating particles and photons arise from a field of infinite potential to entangle and create everything we see. So when we look at the universe around us, all we're ever really seeing is the quantum universe. So in a very real way, science now gives validity to the teaching of the ancients that everything is spirit. On its face, it seems pretty clear and obvious, but to realize it is so seemingly difficult. So, how can we realize it? Take the example of a potter. A potter can fashion many different kinds of pottery and can paint it with many different colors and designs. Yet, no matter how many different forms the pottery may take, all that we're ever really seeing is the clay. Only the clay is really there, and only the clay really exists. The jar or the bowl or whatever we're seeing is a concept in the mind, right? The only thing really present is the substance of clay. Look at the example of gold and jewelry. Gold can be melted and molded into all kinds of different jewelry. Earrings, bracelets, necklaces, rings. But the only substance that's really there in the jewelry, and the only thing that gives the jewelry any value, is the gold. We can take the example of the ocean and its waves. We understand that no wave exists separately from the ocean. Every wave in the ocean is really just a product of the undertow, of the ebbing and flowing of the deep ocean beneath it. So just as the clay makes the pottery, spirit makes all forms of every shape, size, and color. Whatever you see in the universe of form is really just spirit appearing as the object. So it's not as if a mountain has mountain reality and a person has person reality. There's only one reality, back of every form. And Jesus' choice term for the one reality of spirit was the Father. And so Jesus said things like, "When you see me, you see the Spirit, and I and the Spirit are one." Just like the gold in the jewelry, it is the spirit within the form that gives it value. And so Jesus said things like, "Why do you call me good? No one is good but spirit alone." No jewelry is valuable apart from the gold it's made of. No matter is real apart from the spirit it is made of. The gold is the jewelry, and the jewelry is the gold. The matter is spirit, and the spirit is matter. And so Jesus also said, "I am in the Spirit, and the Spirit is in me." all actions in the universe are the activity of spirit, just as all waves in the ocean are the activity of the ocean. And we know that waves obey physical laws like gravity, kinetic energy, and electromagnetism. And these different forces create the ebbing and the flowing of the ocean beneath the waves. So when we think we see a wave, we're really seeing the activity of physical laws. So in the exact same way, all matter in the universe obeys the universal laws of spirit. Laws like karma, vibration, evolution, and polarity. Nothing in the universe acts of its own accord, because everything is obeying only these universal laws of spirit. And so, Jesus said, "Of myself I can do nothing. I can only do what I see the Spirit doing." The Buddhist term for spirit is isness. Isness is the quality of existence itself within every form. So in a flower, for example, it's only the spirit appearing as the isness of a flower, or the isness of a planet, or the isness of a galaxy. The only truth to any form or object we see is spirit, being the infinity of form and the isness of everything. And this isness, this spirit, is love, because it is one. There's not two different spirits in the universe who can have a conflict with one another. And so evil things do not happen because spirit is evil, but because we are unaware of spirit. The love that grows green grass, the love that blows through the trees, shines in the sun, moves in the waters, and lives in every heart. The mind's belief in separation is the cause of evil, not the reality of spirit. Spirit is only love, but the mind can only see materially. It does not see spiritually. So when the materialistic mind looks out at the universe, it sees everything as separate and finite and isolated and ultimately threatening. And that is the cause of all suffering, of all sickness, of all war and poverty on this planet. The belief in separation. And so you and I can begin to heal the world literally just by realizing in each moment that there is only one thing present here and now. Right where you are is the fullness of life, the oneness of the eternal Spirit. Everything in the universe that we can see, taste, touch, hear, or smell is only spirit. All forms we think we see are actually concepts of the mind, and yet our concepts don't change the reality. Spirit is the omnipresent and universal substance of everything. Every animal, every plant, every person, every taste, every scent, every sensation, every sound, every activity, every place, every event is nothing but spirit. And so, if everything is spirit, including you and your body, there's no actual division between you and the flower. So when you smell the fragrance of a flower, you smell your own fragrance. When you taste the sweetness of a strawberry, you taste your own sweetness. And when you see another person, you see only yourself. So when you get this, and you will get it eventually, it means that there are no external things, no external events, no outer appearances, nothing happening outside of you, but everything happening inside of you. The infinity of spirit, here and now. And if you get too busy thinking about this and trying to understand it with your mind, you're just going to be spinning your tires in the mud, because the mind cannot see spiritually. It can only see materially. The mind is matter consciousness, separation, and the spirit is unity consciousness, oneness. So this is something you meditate upon. It's something you fall in love with. You see it when you close your eyes to the world of form. You hear it when you become silent. You feel it when you become still inside. And gradually, it begins to permeate your awareness, so that where other people see bracelets and necklaces, you are aware of gold. This is the best kept secret in the universe, quietly waiting to be discovered, that all is one. All is the omnipresent and eternal Spirit. And in the one Spirit, we live and move and have our being.